Hello, this is Jeff Jelly with my installment of Monday Minutes. This week I'm talking about stress. Stress can be good or bad. It could be a new baby to the family, or it could be a teenager. It could be a new job when you have been unemployed, or a unreasonable, demanding supervisor. It could be a home that you always wanted, or the hot water tank breaking and flooding the basement. So there's always stresses going on. They're always going to occur. The question is, how do you deal with them? So let's talk about dealing with it and why you should deal with them. You should deal with them because your body does not know the difference between the good and the bad. So it puts down stress hormones. And stress hormones make you store fat, and because it feels like you're going through famine and helps you get through that crisis time. So that will really throw off your becoming healthy and getting to your goal weight. The way to deal with them, there are as many ways to deal with them as there are stresses. So activity, exercise is one. This can be anything from running, walking, working in the yard, splitting wood, going to a gym, anything that gets your body moving for a sustained period of time, like 15-20 minutes, is good. It helps with your heart, it helps with the stress level, it helps with depression, all those things. It's up to you what you like to do. Another thing to do is what's called progressive relaxation. It's at night. What you do is you start out with 4 or 5 slow, deep breaths. And if you're stressed, one of the instant things of stress reduction you can do is take those 4 or 5 slow, deep breaths. That really helps lower that anxiety and stress level. And because a lot of times when we're stressed, we hold our breath. So at night, you're winding down, you take that 4 or 5 deep breaths, and then you start your toes and you make them tight. And you count to 10, and you relax them to count 10. And you go to your calves and make them tight and count to 10. And you work your way up your body until you're making faces and hunching your shoulders. And what this does is help focus on muscles that have tension and then how to relax them. And then what I like to do next step of that is what's called visualization, where you imagine a favorite place and what it feels like, smells like, sounds like to be there, like at the ocean. You can hear the ocean, you can feel the wet sand, you can smell the salt, and in your mind's eye, you just invoke all the sensory, what it is to be there. And then you do something in that space. Go for a walk, smell a flower, look at the scenery, and just kind of do some activity. And what I love about this is that it helps me kind of slowly step down my brain, and instead of thinking, oh, I need to do this tomorrow and do this. It gives me something to do, and I just kind of slowly transition into sleep. Another thing is journaling or writing. And it's amazing how when you do this, it helps get those thoughts out of your brain so that they don't keep cycling over and over again. And you can do that on paper and pencil and pen, and just writing it out. You can do it on a computer. And what I used to do when I was in medicine was pull up a Word document, make it very small so someone behind me couldn't read it. If they were walking by, I'd close my eyes and just type all the things that have been going on. And I wouldn't worry about spelling, I wouldn't worry about anything else. And then when I was done, I'd hit delete. And it's just like deleting those emotions and those thoughts out of your brain and getting rid of them. And it helps you kind of just process those things. And it really helps. And the Buddhists do also, you've heard of meditation. Often people think of meditation being clearing the mind and making it still. All meditation is focusing on your breathing. And as those thoughts come up, you acknowledge them and then you let them go. And it's like when you're in grade school and you have that jar of mud and water and you shake it and everything's swirling around and you're feeling stressed and now tornadoes going on. When you're meditating, it allows that heavy stuff to settle down and then less important, and the important things to float to the top. And you can think about those things and you go, oh yes, I need to do that. And I will have a piece of paper beside me, and I write it down, and then I just go back to my breathing. And I just not give any weight to anything that occurred. He said, she said, doesn't matter. You just acknowledge it and then let it go. They call it watching the waterfall. I hope this helped. Good health.